Sheldan, Nidle, February 5, 2013. 8 Simi, 14 Yaks, 9 Ab. Salamatarin. We return and bring with us good news. The time for the grand moment is arriving. Major elements of the dark cabal are now under arrest, and those in charge of planning the high-profile series of trials are setting dates for formally reporting on these significant events, which constitute the tip of a truly enormous iceberg. The long wait for announcements is nearing its end, and we watch as the dark cabalists come to realize that the moment they dread is beginning to manifest. To prolong the charade now in play, they have concocted a fictitious picture of an American domestic economy that is somehow rising like a phoenix from the ashes of the past few years. In truth, it waits for the final blow to be struck. The world's economies are mired in a collective debt that is the world's total GNP many times over. The disaster your globe faces cannot so easily be swept under the rug, which explains why Spain is sinking fast and Germany is not far behind. The cabal has long treated the world as its personal oyster and has been indulging in a massive spending spree of unbelievable proportions. The way out is global debt forgiveness. This solution is one that the dark refuses to countenance. They fear an enormous loss of power and wealth if global debt forgiveness is formally granted, and so these grand titans of hypocrisy refuse to permit even a measure of freedom and dignity to the world's people. They are dedicated to the preservation of illegal wage slavery and deep indebtedness, as this keeps you securely under their control. This defiance, as was foreseen, has actually been a great boon. It allowed our various Earth allies to secure the legal means for ousting the cabal from power. At present we have substituted what we call life and light surrogates for those we have legally incarcerated, and all this will be revealed when the new governance takes over. Until then we are doing our part to make the transition go as smoothly as possible. The gargantuan debt needs to be publicly exposed and then fully forgiven, and to bicker about any aspect of this prime requisite is just absurd. This national debt business is nothing more than an illusion, a control mechanism, deliberately set up by the dark to maintain its debt-driven economy. Besides the various substitutions being made to keep the business-as-usual charade going, we have been busy forging a working partnership between us and those who are to replace the wrongdoers who still hold sway in your global governments, who swindle you each day out of money and properties, and who pass judgments that are not theirs to make. The sheer volume of illegal activity that goes on every day is quite astonishing, and we cannot wait to send these scoundrels packing. By contrast, your new governance may at first surprise you with its transparency and is to interact with you in as useful and honest a way as possible. Government needs to be seen as an instrument that guarantees your sovereignty and welfare rather than adhering exclusively to self-serving special interests. The new transparency will approximate to some degree that of galactic society, and as you grow in consciousness you will become more aware of how government, while it exists, necessitates strict and dutiful oversight on the part of the people. This is something you will need to monitor until the mass landings occur. As you morph the reality you now know into one that is quite different, it would be useful to observe carefully each new component of your society in order to understand how it might affect your world as a whole. Change is to come rapidly once the various pieces currently delayed by heaven begin to flow. This time is getting very close. A sacred accord was made with the Anunnaki nearly 13,000 years ago, which detailed a number of natural events that were to mark the end of that agreement and herald the rise of a new epoch of light for humanity. These signals are arising, and shortly a new reality will descend and change your world forever. This is the sacred pledge of heaven, and we are here as menders of this pledge and to ensure that the changes decreed long ago appear. Heaven is moving you from your present state of limited consciousness to your natural state of full consciousness. In your natural state you will inherit responsibilities which we will undertake jointly to render permanent the current galacti. CP Streety. Namaste. We are your ascended masters. We come today in joy. Many of the natural celestial events referred to earlier have come and gone. Only a few are yet to happen, and all of these are very close to occurring. As they happen, they bring your world closer to its sacred destiny. These things are divine heralds of a new reality filled with light, love, and prosperity. Everywhere the heavens are preparing to greet us with the display of energy that will signal the beginning of your new epoch. Likewise, we are preparing our associates to announce our coming schedule and begin a campaign that will cause your present government to change. This change will lead to your liberation and to a formal declaration that your space family is shortly to land on your most beautiful living world. The Agarthans, who have long made their homes available to us, are also preparing to announce their presence in the interior realms of your glorious Mother Earth. This planet has long been partitioned into two separate realms. One exists beneath your feet and has often sent representatives to live quietly among you. The other is on the surface where you live. The Agarthan explorers to the surface realm returned home with large amounts of data which is being used to ascertain the most harmonious way to prepare surface humanity to learn of Agartha's existence. Since the Agarthans are also domiciled there, they also wish to contribute, at the right moment and in the most compatible way, to the unveiling of this information. As these announcements are broadcast, we, your ascended masters, will use our good offices to set the record straight about your many religious practices and traditions. These truths can provide you with the chance to learn more about full consciousness and a plan to return you to this enlightened and divine state of being. In this state you will have the experiences we once did when we reached the status we now enjoy as immortals of spirit. In this exalted state, you will rediscover who you really are and why you came, so long ago, to Mother Earth. This knowingness will be a foundation for all that you are to accomplish in divine service to the Great One, and to this end we are being prepared for our roles as your heavenly supervisors. Part of this service is to guide you and to prepare us, your sacred counselors, to teach you more about your duties in the Galactic Society. The Light knows how you are likely to respond to this realm, and is giving daily instructions on the best way to oversee the startup of Earth humanity's new sacred society. You will reunite with your Agarthan family and together we will carry out the initial duties of this new society as we expand our reach to our sister planets and begin to coalesce these worlds into a new star nation. We are ready and joyously anticipate our shared divine destiny. Today we address what you are to expect as we change your society and prepare you for full consciousness. We also touched on the creation of your new star nation. The glory of the heavenly hosts will be seen and manifested by all. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Salamat Gajan. Salamatja. Sarian for B1. And be enjoy. Website, Planetary Activation Organization.